Okay, so part number 4. Measuring for the purpose of cooking. Okay, so I apologize. Part number 4, but chapter is 21. It says activities that lead to writing and erasing. Okay. Right, so part number measuring for the purpose of cooking. There is a special leniency with regard to measuring pertains only to Yom Tov. Unlike Shabbos, on which it is forbidden to measure even food items, on Yom Tov it is permitted to measure food flavoring and seasoning, provided the two conditions prevail. So before we continue, right, on Shabbos, of course, there is some leniencies if you need to measure for a sick person. Yeah, that's a leniency, right? Or you need to take some medicine, like a liquid medicine, in certain measurement. Of course, I mean that's cough syrup or something, right? That's not what we're talking about. Right, but on Yom Tov, since we're allowed to cook, but again, as I said many times, I'm not sure how or when exactly you have time to cook on Yom Tov. Like when you're going to enjoy it. Okay, so so anyway, it is you can measure. There is no problem. Flavor and seasoning, provided the two conditions prevail. A wrong amount of seasoning could spoil the taste of the food or have negative effect on it. Wrong amount of seasoning. Right, so so I mean, if it's over seasoned, if it's under seasoned, so you can. So some people have all of the opinion. So if it's under seasoned, it's not enough pepper, not enough salt. Just put it in a plate, whatever you want. Like you don't have to make a big deal out of it. So if it's over salted, that's a little more problem, but still you keep quiet. Okay. One measures this type of seasoning during during the week. So first of all, it can spoil, and one measures during the week. I'm not sure what seasoning, like usually like say take pinch or something, like if even salt. So my mother I always remember, so she said never put the salt from container, never ever. So you put it in your hand, and from hand you put it in the pot. But sometimes, like a person is lazy, right, and put from container, you can put over. Like you cannot like measure by eyes, but when you put it in your hand, like of course it's not exact, but much more controlled than when you put it from container. Okay, very interesting. The meaning of the the measures of non-foods is prohibited. Measuring on non-foods is prohibited on Yom Tov, as on Shabbos. Similarly, weighing either food or non-foods is prohibited on Yom Tov and as on Shabbos. One more time. The measure of non-food is prohibited on Yom Tov. I'm not sure what non-food. What would you measure? Similar, so but measurement also in sizes. Measurement that does not mean only weighing. Like for example, I went like long time ago. I was in this shul, like shtibel, like small shul in a house, right, private house, but they built a shul, and in the first place, base medrash in the basement, and on top Rabbi used to live, right, with his family, second floor. So we sit in the shul. So maybe it's small, and the guy said we need a new air conditioner. So and no on Shabbos. And the other say, or was it Yom Tov? I don't remember. But we had a break, like a little longer break. And one guy said, yeah, you need such and such many BTUs. I said, no. Why would you say so? You know how many BTU you can count, and on top, it was like these tiles, like drop ceiling tiles, and the tile that the guy, I don't know how does he know that, but he said one tile is a foot. So one tile is a foot or 2 feet. I don't remember. Like, is it foot? Probably 2 feet. 2 feet square. So that's how they were able to calculate the area for which you need the air conditioner. You understand? So this would be a measurement. So that did he measure with a ruler? No. But by this, of course, it's forbidden talk on Shabbos. That's a different story. I'm not talking about that. But I think it's a very good example of measurement. I was shocked, but that's what these guys do. Very interesting. Continue. Right. So it says the measure of non foods like this ceiling, this square feet, right? It's prohibited on Yom Tov and Shabbos. Similarly, weighing either foods for foods or non-food is prohibited on Yom Tov and Shabbos. Okay. Similarly, weighing either foods or non-foods prohibited on Yom Tov and Shabbos. Okay, I mean, there are exception if you need it, as we said, for a mitzvah or something. Using measuring cup. Even in a case where the substance may not be measured, for example, there are two conditions described do not prevail. So meaning what? So it's not needed for season, and it's and one does not do it during the week, same way, like one or both of them. One may use a measuring cup to pour ingredients. If he does not measure them precisely by utilizing the cup merely as approximation. This holds true on Shabbos as well on Yom Tov. Okay. So if you need any container, let's say I don't know you wanna Shabbos, any container. Let's say you have a cholent or something on a blech, right, or in a slow cooker, and you want to add water, like boiling water, right? So like hot water. So you allow to pour in container, and from that container to cholent. So in this case, right? In this case, it would be what you can use this measuring cup because it's you're not use it for measure plus minus this amount of water. It's irrelevant, but you're using them to transfer from one place to another. So that's the thing. Number 5, games. Games in which score is normally recorded, for example, Scrabble, may not be played on Yom Tov due to the concern that one might write the score. So basically, I would say, like a general approach, all of these things that we usually do on a weekday, right? I'm not sure how people have time to play games, but okay. So let's say they do, right? So like when you tend to write something, so it's forbidden. Very straightforward. And I guess other games, if somebody play cards, as I know some cards, like I don't play cards, but like the way I understand, there is some complex games. It's like it continues for some time, so they write the score, and then some like one-time games they don't write the score. Okay. So it would be different. So if it's without writing the score, yeah, it would be allowed. But if you like these long games, so you would not be allowed to play.
All right.
Yes, go ahead.
So, it's a question about this issue of measuring food flavoring and seasoning.
Okay.
So there's like this ingredient that is both like part of the dish per se, but it also provides like flavoring to the preparation. Say, I don't know, for example, coconut milk, which is like part of the curry. I mean, it provides it with body and everything, but it also provides it with flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So with this item like this, would it be allowed for us to measure it?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. It's if you need precise measuring, yes. For example, if you take with a spoon, I'm not sure what measures you're talking about. If like 3 teaspoons or 10, tablespoon, or like if it like that, that's you can do without measuring. It's just a container to use, right? To transfer from vessel to use from one into another. So it's not considered to be measuring, right? But if you need exactly how many grams, like all of this gradation, that's a different story. So, but it would be allowed if it's for the sake of the meal, and that's what you do on a weekday, right? It's for the sake of the meat. So yeah, otherwise it would be too sour, too I don't know, too sweet, too hot, to something. Yeah, it would be allowed. Okay,
Thank you, Rabbi.
you're welcome.
So, there's a question the board says, Shem Kalalav, thank you very much for the shiur. Is it considered a transgression to mentally count numbers?
Now numbers, no. There's I don't know. There are techniques that some people count numbers and they do like I don't know, some kind of meditation, like to relax themselves. No. Here, because the person is not counting actually. He or she just saying things, saying words in some sequence. Here is like a example, like measuring what I gave with this ceiling tiles. I was like shocked. Yeah, so that's the measure. Or some people count like they can measure with their foot, like steps, like how many steps, how wide is it, and they took so many steps, and he know that each steps so many inches, or he knows like how to step. It's going to be exactly foot or 2 feet, all of these things. Yeah, that's measurement. Otherwise, it's not.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.